I just want to touch base on, who's Rudo Dube, and why did you decide to be an entrepreneur, going after your goals, and what motivates you every morning?
So, as you say, my name is Rudo, and I help entrepreneurs with their online businesses in terms of setting up, help them to get traffic. That way, they can get clients or sales.
Okay.
So that's what I do. And what got me to do that was that I've been with my first business with the Entrepreneur Small Business Network.
Okay.
Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where I used to host events to help entrepreneurs with their businesses, right?
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that aspect of helping others.
Yeah.
So I wanted to continue on that because when you do events, you want to do it at a certain time of the year, right? But just wanted to continue on helping others with their business. So I thought, hey, why not? I really like the online field, and I really enjoyed helping people with their funnels and driving traffic and all that. So that's how I got
Awesome.
into
So,
that.
so if I'm a small business owner and I just started my business yesterday, how would you be able to help me to get clients and to boost that, for me to be able to start rolling?
So we start off with checking to see how's your business plan is like, right? To make sure that you know who you're going to be working with, who's your ideal client, and what problem you're planning to solve with your business.
Yeah.
Because without those foundations, if I was to help you get traffic, if all those things is not clear, what are you going to do with them, right? So you need to have proper systems and processes in your business all set up. That way, if I was to help you get those clients, you're able to convert them into sales. You're able to get on the call and close that sale with people. So we want to make sure that we start off making sure that all those systems are set up and it's all ready to go.
Awesome. So I know right now in this day and age, a lot of people are scared of social media. How would you be able to help me if I'm scared? I don't want to go on social media. I hate live videos, and I hate asking people to buy my stuff because I'm new, or maybe I'm just afraid of the camera, right? Because a lot of people are going to judge me. How do you look? Are you saying your words right? How would you be able to coach me for me to do that?
I understand that problem very well because I was like that too, right? So I can really relate to that because I used to be like, panic each time I have to press live. Like, I have to do this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it all comes down to what's your purpose, right? What's driving you? Think of why you go into business, right? And then you have to work on your mindset. Because if your mindset it's all closed, and if you are not open to social media to say, hey, social media is actually going to help me build my business, so I need to be more open to this. I need to put myself out there, despite all these limitations that I might have, that I might think people might judge me, or I'm not good in tech, and all those stuff, right?
Yes.
So you start off with working with your mindset to say, hey, I'm doing this for business. I really need to get myself out there, so that I'll be able to get.
Wow,
the
that's powerful. And besides being an entrepreneur, you're a busy woman, you got a job, you got all these things going on.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you get a time to actually write a book? Where do you get the time? Like, I'm trying to write a book myself, and I'm like, where am I going to get the time to even start writing a book? So tell me, how do you, a lot of people, when they get in business the first time, they struggle with actually putting a calendar, putting a schedule. So what advice would you give someone out there who want to start a business, someone who's just trying to get by, saying, you know what, I'm going to start this business, I'm going to go. What advice would you give them to...
So what I like to do is to, like in the beginning of the year, I like to schedule out my whole year.
Yes.
And then plan it all out and know what I want to achieve for the year.
Yeah.
And then I kind of look at what I've come up with and prioritize it. What's more important for me
Yes.
to work on first. And the rest, if I don't achieve them, that's okay. At least what I've prioritized, I work on those things first.
Yes.
Then I also break down the year to a quarterly year and then monthly, right? Then I actually schedule it all out. So I know what I'm doing this week. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Everything all scheduled out. So if you want to write a book, you have to schedule it out. You have to plan it out, right?
Yes.
See how long it's going to take you to write your book, right? And just chunk it down. Because when you think it as a big picture, that's going to be more overwhelming for you. But if you break it down, like, okay, this month, maybe let me focus on one chapter. And then just focus on that one chapter. Don't think of chapter 10.
Okay.
Just focus on one first chapter, right? And then you do that.
So one step at a time, one step at a time. So, and the other thing I was going to ask you, you wrote a book, Enough Excuses, okay? And, she got a book. And I'm gonna browse through the book and ask you, I know you talked about the timing, the timing is bad, so what do you mean by that? Do you mean like if you want to start a business, you got to make sure the timing or that business, or what type of business you want to do. Tell me a little bit about that.
So when I was talking about the timing is not right, it's bad, right? It was in terms of what limits people from starting. That's one of the excuses, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not the right time for me to start the business. Oh, I have to raise my kids. I have to finish school first.
Yeah.
All this stuff, right? You're gonna keep on coming up with all these excuses. So that was one of those excuses to say, hey, this is not the right time for me to start this. And I've done that to myself. I'm like, well, you know, when you're a single mom, then maybe this is not the right time to be starting a business kind of stuff, right? You get all this stuff. But those are just excuses.
Yes.
If you just plan it out and come up with a system, you can make anything work.
Awesome. That's very powerful. And what about those, you know, like if I were to start a business, I'm a business owner myself, but you find that because you started a business and your mindset is different, you're thinking about bigger things, and then you go to your circle of friends and you tell them about business, and they put those limitations. How do you overcome that? You know, when people say, you know, you cannot do this, even your family. So how do you go and overcome it and actually say, you know what, I'm going to stick to what I said I'm going to do, right? So what advice would you give people?
So for me, I like to, first you have to know yourself, right? You need to know why you are going into business, right? Are you doing it for your family, or are you doing it for your own personal goals, right? Maybe you're just wanting to get financial freedom from that business, right? So when you go to your friends, maybe they're not sharing the same vision as you,
Yes.
right? So when you're sharing, you have to be careful of like who you're going to be sharing your vision with. And then the same people in the same line of business with you. If not,
Yes.
they're not going to see that because their mindset is not the same as yours,
Yes.
right? And also you have to keep in mind not to always look for validation from other people. You have to be your first.
That's the problem. First. People want validation. You know, I want someone to tell me, "Hey, Dixon, you look good." You know, like
validation for people. You can do it yourself. You're like, "This, I look good today." Yourself, right? You have to be your first number one cheerleader. Right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Awesome. That's powerful. So now I know we might be running out of time. We have so much topics to discuss, but what advice can you give someone who want to start a business today and they're scared and they don't even know what business? They're looking for that passion, they're looking for something, and they don't know where to start. How can someone like that, how can they start? That would be the question.
So the first thing is not to overthink it, because most people are stuck in the whole thinking process, right?
Yes.
And they're stuck there. They're just thinking of ideas, and then they see Dixon starting something. They want to start that because they're not really focused on that idea. They're not committed on that one. So the whole advice I would give someone is just start. Just jump, just do it.
Even if you don't have the tools.
Even if you don't have the tools, right? You learn as you go. So just jump and start. And stop overthinking. So if you need help, reach out.
Oh, awesome. So you heard it, guys. You just need to start something, even though you don't have the tools, even if you don't see the whole staircase. All you gotta do is take that first step. Exactly. And the other thing is you have limitless call.
Yeah.
And what do you guys really do? Like,
so with the limitless call, it's a business where I help entrepreneurs start their online businesses.
Okay.
So help them setting up the foundations of the business, and then after that I help them up with setting up the systems and processes in terms of their funnels and the landing pages and all those tech stuff, and also help them to drive the traffic, because you might have all the website and everything all pretty, all set up, but if you're not getting traffic coming in, you're not doing anything, right? Yes. So then I share with them strategies on how to get some eyeballs on their offers. So whatever they're selling, help them with that.
Awesome. So you guys heard it yourself. I'm gonna put a link for Limitless Call so that people can come to you and ask more questions if they do have questions. I wanna thank you for taking your time in this cold weather, coming out and sharing how you're helping the community, and so that other people can see that if you can do it, anybody can do it, right? So just motivation. So what is your last word of motivation to someone out there?
I would like to just say jump, just do it, take action, whatever you're thinking about it, just do it. What's the worst thing can happen?
Jumping.
Okay, guys. At least you can say you jumped.
At least you jumped. Okay, guys, this is Dixon Maiden, also known as Team Maiden. I have Rudo here. She's an author, entrepreneur. She's juggling a lot of things, so you have no excuse. Just because things are happening to you doesn't mean you have to stop. Just keep going. So watch my other videos and share these videos. Thank you, guys.